Brothers and sisters, we thank Allah, the one who have unlimited source of grace, mercy, and blessings. All matters will return to Him, and Allah is well aware and know and record everything that we all do. I bear witness there is no creator except Allah, the one and only, with no partner, the Almighty and the sure truth. I bear witness that Muhammad, peace be upon him, is the servant and messenger of Allah. We send regards and blessings to Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali, and all the righteous companion and who follow them with righteousness to the day of judgment. My dear brothers and sisters of Islam, continuing our talk about those who give out in Zakat and Charity among men and women and what they hold of rank and status with Allah. We concluded that as the Quran established, giving out in Zakat and Charity is the proof of faith which helped the servant reach the highest ranks with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in heavens. The Quran also established that whoever holds back the obligatory Zakat possesses the character of the disbelievers who deny the hereafter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in a clear verse in Surah Fussilat 6 and 7, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said what can be translated, and woe to those who join gods with Allah. Woe to those who join gods with Allah, those who do not give out zakah and who even deny the hereafter. Allah the Almighty clearly established that holding back zakah is among the character of the disbelievers. Allah assured them severe punishment as they possess three character in the verse we just recited. First, that they are disbeliever in the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second, they hold back obligatory zakah. And third, they deny the hereafter and the day of judgment, being fully occupied in seeking worldly matter and sinful desires. Allah made holding zakah one of the character of the disbelievers and associated to the one who denies the hereafter. The scholar said what the divine guidance in the verse put in order concerning zakah is logical and sensible, as in our existence we interact either with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or with people. As we exist in our short life on earth, we deal with Allah, with His command, with what He put for us, and we deal with people, and that is the outcome of this interaction which will determine our outcome in the hereafter. Concerning Allah the Almighty, our Creator, the ultimate happiness in relating to Him is to worship Him, to glorify His majesty, to witness to His oneness, the Almighty, and to come up with obedience and deeds proving the truth of your faith and conviction. That is the way of relating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again in your short life on earth. Concerning people that you deal with every day, you find happiness in dealing with them is to be compassionate, kind, working hard to protect them from harm, and encouraging goodness to reach them. The divine laws and the wisdom of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala point out and agree that happiness is tied to two things. Happiness to all of us is tied to only two things. And if you remember anything out of the khutbah of this Imam, remember this. Happiness in this life for all of us summarized in two things: glorifying and obeying the commands of Allah, and second, to be kind and gracious to all His creation. Knowing the best obedience is to submit to Allah, to Allah's orders, and to witness to His commands, and to witness to His oneness. We find disbelief and associating partner to Allah is the worst level of disobedience, as it is against the declaration of the oneness of our Creator. Also, knowing the best of interacting with people is to show them sympathy, kindness, and you find holding the obligatory zakah is the worst of deed, as it is the opposite of showing them mercy and kindness to all of them. If a man is described of disbelief, not to be kind to others, denying the hereafter, and busy seeking sinful earthly desires, he would be misguided, ignorant person, which deserve the ultimate punishment and loss. And if a man is described of humility, glorifying his Lord, following his command, and kind to other, he would be the virtuous, which is thankful for Allah's guidance to be obedient and to be on the right path. He would deserve the mercy and generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about those righteous in verse number 26 and 28 in Surah At-Tur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said what can be translated, they will say, referring to those righteous who will be promised heaven, inshallah, they will say, from the beginning, we were not without fear for the sake of our people, but Allah has been good to us and has delivered us from the penalty of the scorching wind. Truly, we did call on Him before. Truly, it is He, Allah the Almighty, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Allah the Almighty entice and alert the believer with the analogy of fear, as He described the disbeliever who hold the zakah money to fight their evil self and to do their best fulfilling their zakah and give out in charity. Also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the analogy of wants and hope, showing the state of the believer as they display their gratitude to their Lord for their rank in heaven, as they say, this is the recompense, this is the reward of righteousness. As in the worldly life among our family, we were modest, aware of Allah's punishment, kind, helping others with their needs of money and support, and inviting others to the truth. As a result, Allah bestowed on us His mercy, took away our fear, responded to our supplication, and merciful with us as we were merciful and kind to others, His servants. Dear brothers and sisters, the honor and nobility which with the charitable among men and women enjoy and stripped away from those who hold back zakah is the proof that he who combine between glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command and show kindness and compassion to His servant reach the utmost of righteousness, which is the highest rank of belief, and it is also a representation of the status of the charity the status of those who hold charity in Islam, as it comes ahead of all other worships and honorable deeds if they compete in goodness and righteousness. It was narrated by Ibn Khuzaymah and also Umar ibn Khattab, may God be pleased with him, that he said the beautiful words which reflect what we just said. He said, it was said to me that good deeds brag and show off among themselves, and charity would say, I am the best among you. That's Umar ibn Khattab, who always been guided. He said, it's told, he was actually well known that good deeds brag among themselves, and that charity would say, I am the best among you. My dear brothers and sisters, if charity is the most honorable and the best among righteous deed and worship, you find the best of charity is continuous charity. Any charity that will return revenue and return over and over and over while you are alive and after your death. Continuing charity has unlimited benefit and a lasting reach, as its benefits the one who perform it after his death, and this is the ultimate bliss and delight in this life and hereafter. So strengthen your faith and soul. Strengthen your faith and soul by giving out zakah, and provide the proof of the strength of your conviction by giving out in charity. Hold tight on spending and giving out what you can when you can, exactly as you hold tight on your prayer. We all hold tight in our prayer, and inshallah we should have the same energy to hold tight on giving out in zakah, the mandatory, the obligatory zakah, and giving out in charity. the one who has weak faith, or the hypocrite, would pay a lot of attention to prayers, showing off in front of others, and do not giving out zakah every chance he can get. Because prayer, others can see it, he hold tight on it. But because zakah can be given out in secret, nobody would ask you about it, he will actually skip it out anytime he could. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, exposed this hypocritical behavior in a hadith narrated by Imam al-Bazzar on authority of Ibn Umar. May God be pleased with both of them. That the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, prayer cannot be hidden, so they perform it. Prayer cannot be hidden, so they perform it. Zakah can be hidden and not public, so they did not fulfill it. And those are the hypocrites. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, has given us a clear definition of who are the hypocrites. Those who do what appear and reflect a state of goodness in front of others, and what's between them and their Lord they can disregard and they can skip. And no, there is not a place or an avenue which is more deserving of your zakah and charity in this country more than your masjid, which actually we all contracted with Allah on raising its foundation and maintaining it in the best of ways for Allah's name to be glorified, mentioned, worshipped, and we, inshallah, be mentioned in goodness in the heavenly sky. May Allah guide us to the right path. Assalamu alaikum. Just one small amount, my